Alright guys, what's up? This is gonna do a second attempt here at getting some live game capture of Dark Souls 3. Unfortunately, my first attempt last night for 3 hours worth of playing was for nothing because OBS recorded a black screen. So no idea what happened there, but I think I got it figured out here. And we're gonna get going. I rolled a new character, and let's see. So first of all, let's check this out. We've got the warrior class. My first build was a knight. I was under the assumption that the knight would be the best for a strength and vitality, or I guess in this game it's vigor. Yeah, for a strength and vigor build. It turns out the looks like the whatever class this is, the warrior class, had points already allocated into several of these stats that I was basically just pouring all my points into as the knight. So I was like, well, might as well just re-roll it anyways, and go with the class that already has points allocated there instead of where I probably won't be putting many other points. So anyways, in true Souls / Bloodborne fashion, Uncle Kool-Aid rides again into the unknown. And although this is not really that unknown since I've done some of the beginning of the game already, I'm not gonna be acting surprised like I haven't seen any of this before. I've seen a lot of the early game material from other YouTube streams. Watched a bunch of Ouroboros stuff, and I watched a little of I think it was either IG and a GameSpot or something like that. They had a 3-hour thing. They got to the tree boss, I believe. So beyond that, it's still going to be some surprises, but yeah, I kind of know what to expect this first part of the game of Lothric and the village below. So gonna go ahead and get started here. Beat this tutorial boss, Index, whatever his name is. Index, looks like Index. Index Goodyear. And this axe is wrecking fools. So let's see, I believe I've already gotten the item. I basically, I basically just cleared this first part. Interestingly enough, with the keyboard and mouse, I took care of this at the office. Also, killed the lizard with keyboard and mouse. It's, I wouldn't say it's the best way to play the game by any means, but it's somewhat doable. But yeah, nowhere near as good as just using a good old gamepad, which I'm using the Elite controller, which I absolutely love. Alright, so let's see. The first time I fought this dude, the general strategy, that is a huge, I just noticed that, absolutely massive coffin. I used my parry on him a lot for the first half of the fight, and the second half of the fight was basically just cling on to dear life, because I really had no idea how to defend against the his transformed mode, where he's all like this big gooey snake looking thing. But before I start the fight, I'll go ahead and say that it seems like a good way to start the fight is once you pull the sword, just immediately just start wailing on him, and you do damage him, and when his life bar finally shows up, it'll be missing the amount of health that you were hitting him for. So you can get a little bit of a leg up on the beginning of the fight that way. And also when he kneels down, sort of like this, when he's about to transform, you can get in a few good shots that way to sort of chip away a little bit more of his health, because yeah, once he transforms, you're gonna need all of the all the help you can get. It's not an underhanded tactic. If the game lets you do it, then it is a legitimate tactic. That's Souls 101. So anyways, I'm going to... I wonder how long my buff will last. I'm going to buff and then pull a sword so I can hopefully hit him with this weapon buff going. Hopefully the buff's still there. I mean, look at this. Dude's so easy to parry. And what's crazy is that all the regular enemies are hard to parry. Just like that. So yeah, as you can see, the combination of the weapon buff, and I didn't get a good look at how much health he was missing when the fight started, but that made short work of him. And I think that weird gooey snake formation thing, I think it might be weak to fire somewhat. They gave you fire bombs. I know when I was playing the knight, the fire bombs were doing more than just the regular light attack swings were. So if he's indeed weak to fire, any of those type creatures with that are weak to fire, then it would make sense that that buff that the axe had would hurt him even that much more. Oh. First. Sir. Oh! Oh my gosh. Welcome to Dark Souls. Well, death number 1 comes at the expense, and that is pretty. comes at the expense of trying to get in a good laugh. That's what I wanted to do. I love the shield break. I love the way that they brought that mechanic back from Dark Souls 2. One of the few things that I actually enjoyed about that game. Well, it wasn't bad. The DLC was really good. At least I thought it was really good. And I know who's around the corner, and I'm not going to be messing with Uchi Bra right now. He can hang out over there. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a hunch that he might be a non-aggressive NPC, that he would have an option to be friendly. Maybe if you went up in the tower and got the Firekeeper stuff, because he's standing in front of the door at the bottom of the Firekeeper temple or tower area, and I put on all of the Firekeeper stuff that I found at the bottom, and went out, and he immediately started attacking me. So if there's a way to have him not be aggressive to you, I think that would be really neat, kind of like a Gatling gun dude in Bloodborne. But I guess that remains to be seen.
Welcome to I, the Lord, to
Blah
this.
blah blah. I am actually the Demon Souls girl.
Very well, then take.
Let's be honest. So she is. Let's see. Do I take all that? To just start dumping it into Vitality. Let's put... because I know I want enough to rock the Claymore, because that's what I was using on that first build, and at +2 with a little bit more points. I think I had 19 in strength, but I think a few more points in strength, and at +2 the thing was just leveling everything in its path. Yeah. Give me all that life.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I think I have more life now than I did when I was
May the flames guide thee.
Kindle a minute ago. And I know I will eventually want to buy the white soapstone so that I can start getting, or I guess throw down my summon sign in front of Ice Dog.
Well, I, as
Vort.
your toilet, I am as...
Alright,
Pretty be careful. careful.
I don't think there's really much anything else to do. We gotta talk to Crestfallen guy. Talk to Crazy Legs up there in his chair.
Ah, well, don't you?
Collapse.
What asking us to seek the Lord's talking?
All that is knowest by a reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a lord of Stein.
Ain't got no legs.
Now, do not be.
Alright. It is time to head to Lothric. And I'm not really sure if I like them adding Andre into the starting area, because in Dark Souls 1, you had to slog your way through the Burg, and you had to really earn his company by getting through some fairly difficult early game material. And so when you got to him and you had your materials to upgrade with, it was like this huge... it's taking a long time to load. It was a really cool sort of reward for all that hard work. And then in Dark Souls 2, you had to... Why is this taking so long? Anyways, in Dark Souls 2, you had to make your way to that merchant hag, gypsy, whatever he or she was, to get to buy the key to open up his shop. So again, you had to work and earn your way to that blacksmith, and in this game, it's just right out of the gates. Here he is. It's all yours, and don't know if I like that. All right, I'm probably gonna snip the video and cut back in whenever this finishes loading, because what in the world?